Hello guys and welcome to one more Play It Right. Today I'm going to show you how to play Witless Wizards, a fantasy card game by Drawlab Entertainment. Witless Wizards is a fast and humorous card game played in only about 15 to 25 minutes. 2 to 4 wizards compete against each other to prove once and for all who is superior. Your goal in the game is to be the last wizard standing by reducing your opponent's stamina to 0. There are several rounds in the game, and in each round, players take turns in clockwise order. In every turn, you have the draft phase and the battle phase. During the draft phase, players draw cards from the common deck to equip themselves and their opponents. On your turn, you draw cards from the deck one at a time, and you have to decide which player you're gonna give the drawn card to, and you keep one more card for yourself. You can only have one equipment card at a time on each of these 3 slots of your character board. You have the offensive equipment that shows your attack value, your defensive equipment that you use for defense against the attack of other players, and the special equipment slot that gives you various kinds of special abilities. In the battle phase, you attack one of your opponents, dealing hits to them and reducing their stamina. If at the end of a turn only one player remains, then that player is the winner. So let's see how to set up the game and see in detail how the game works. I'll be setting up a game for 3 players. Each player puts the stamina marker on the space 20 of his character board's stamina track. The first player gets a magical Crook of Standing standard equipment card on the offensive equipment slot of his character board and a concentration cube on the concentration pool space. The second player gets the magical Armor of Resting on the defensive equipment slot and 1 concentration cube. The third player gets both of the previously mentioned cards and 1 concentration cube. At the start of the game, you choose 3 of the available decks to shuffle together to form a common deck, and then you're ready to start the game. It's now the first player's turn, so she starts with the draft phase. She draws the top card of the equipment deck, and she has to choose whether to keep that card for herself or whether to give it to one of her opponents. And that's a tricky choice because if she chooses to keep it for herself, then she will have to draw another card and give that card to her opponents, or the opposite. Now, if she chooses to pass her card to one of her opponents, that player has to place it on the corresponding slot on her character board and discard the card that was previously there, if any. Then the first player continues and draws another card, which she has to keep for herself since she already chose to give the previous one to her opponent. She places the card on the corresponding slot on her character board, discarding the card that was already there, if any. When drawing either of those 2 cards, she also has the option to return 1 concentration cube from her character board to the reserve in order to draw 1 more card so that she can extend her choice between 2 cards. She chooses which one to keep and she has to discard the other one. And then she continues with the battle phase. She chooses which one of her opponents she wishes to attack. She then rolls the battle die and adds its result to the attack value of her offensive equipment, and that's her total attack value. Then you subtract the defense value of the opponent's defense equipment card from her total attack value, and if the number is positive, you deal that many hits to the opponent's stamina track. In this example, you decide to attack the player to your left. Your attacking equipment, the fragile staff, allows you to discard it to get an attack equal to 6, so you do it. You roll the die and get 1 more attack, so in total 7. The other player has 0 on their defense, but the special effect of the black belt she's wearing says that she can roll the die, and if she matches your roll, she doesn't receive any damage. The other player rolls but doesn't match yours, so that player in the end reduces her stamina by 7. When a wizard is weakened, meaning that their stamina is 5 or less, they may return any number of concentration cubes to the reserve to move that many spaces upwards on the stamina track. At the end of your turn, you receive a number of concentration cubes from the reserve equal to the total number printed on all your equipment cards. Now it's the next player's turn in clockwise order, and you continue having turns until all but 1 are eliminated, and that player is awarded the title of the most powerful wizard in the universe. Overall, the game is fast-paced and offers lots of replayability and can be enjoyed by almost any type of player, any age and any experience. In order to win, you need to equip yourself with better weapons than your opponents and deal enough damage. So the choices you make in the drafting phase are super important as they affect your power but also the power of your opponents. So that was Witless Wizards. Thank you guys for watching and I hope you enjoy the game.